Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kurama's absolutely phenomenal run at the Ludwig Invitational. He got a ton of amazing wins. He played out of his mind, and we're going to be breaking down how he did that today. But before we get that, I want to give you a little bit of backstory to Kurama because he has been on the up and up even before this tournament. He has his probably best streak of tournaments ever at Riptide 7th place, 13th at Double Down, and a 5th at Crown. And I think a lot of them just go unnoticed because like 13th, if you're not in like the final day of a tournament, usually people just kind of forget, which is a shame. But hey, community is like fickle in that sense, and he missed it by one spot. Unfortunately, Riptide, 7th place there, really good, but not as much people watch Riptide because it wasn't as big of a major. And then Crown, a pretty big major, but unfortunately, Invitational was happening that same weekend where we had Akala in the US for the same time. So again, a lot of people, it just kind of went unnoticed. So Kurama, all of his amazing runs, I feel like we're kind of underappreciated. And then before this, he's always been like getting like this 13th, 17th place. He also got 7th at Pro Priority, which is amazing as well. Wait, no, he got 33rd. This is like a side bracket thing probably. And it seems like he's always getting, or he was always getting that 17th to 13th, sometimes a 33rd, sometimes like a 65th every once in a while. His best run before this would be, or before quarantine, would have been his Frostbite run where he obviously got the legendary run over MK Leo, or win over MK Leo, and then led to Leo's run. But it was like 3-0, fairly dominant. He played out of his mind, and he did it again this weekend, even though he didn't get the win on Leo. We're going to take a quick look at every single player that he beat, just run through that really fast. LCQ, he beats Atlas, Yanni, Shattuck, Skyjay, all insane. But then he beats T, Zachary, Gluttony, Spargo, Cola, and Shootone before falling to Leo and Akala, and then also dropping a set to Buzz. These are all like top. Most of these players are like top 10 or contention for top 10, and it's crazy because he was beating all of them barely dominantly, and he was going through swordsman, which is like Mario. The whole thing at Mario is, oh, he can't really land, he's stubby, how's he going to fight a big sword? And then Kurama just said, well, I'll just be better than you and outspace you. And that's basically what he did all tournament, and that is what we're talking about. So I've taken some quick stats. This is all, by the way, from the final bracket, so none of this is Swiss or LCQ. Sorry, I didn't want to go through every single game because that seems like way too many. But looking at how this is, so this is the wins or the sets that he won, and this is the sets that he lost, and this is like the percentage. I don't know why I didn't put a percentage there. Whoops. Here, actually, you guys know. So in the games that he won, he got 3 kills under 50%, or the sets that he won, sorry. He got 6 kills under, or from between 50 to 100. He got 12 kills from 100 to 130, and over 130, he got 14 kills. So 26% of his kills were under 100%, which is pretty good, actually. That's like a pretty high ratio. It's like nothing crazy, but it is fairly good. And then he died in the sets that he lost. Again, 50% or under 50%, he died twice, and that was to Spargo forward airing him twice in the same game. Like, we'll get to that game when it comes up here, because that was absolutely crazy. And also, I forgot to mention, this is like taken as, if I hit you at 30 and I combo you, true combo you to death, then you die under 50%. Even if you die like after the hit at like 70, if I hit you at 30 and you die, that is what I'm taking it from. It's not after the hit, it is the hits that you start it with. So like if this, let's say, I don't know, if Kurama gets hit here right now and dies, then even if it, like, let's say he gets hit by like a full charge F smash and it does like 36 somehow, he would not be dying over 100, he would be dying under 100. That is just how I'm basing it off of. And then he only died once under 100% to 50%. I don't actually remember what that was from, but still, he's living for a long time. 100 to 130, 8 times, and over 130, 14 times. So he's only dying sub 100, 12%, which is insane. Now, we look at his games for Akala and Leo, the sets that he lost. He has 3 kills under 50%, 1 kill under between 50 to 100, 3 kills to 100 to 130, and 8 kills to over 130. So he has 27% of kills earlier on, or like sub 100, which is better than this, granted, by 1%, but it plays pretty close. But this is where it gets dramatic, because his deaths under 50 is only 1. It was like Leo upping him with Byleth, I'm pretty sure. And then his deaths from 50 to 100 is 7, which is way higher. And then his deaths to 100 to a 30 is 8, which is like about the same, exactly the same. And then his deaths over 130 were 5. So he was dying so much earlier in it, and that is ultimately why he lost that. It wasn't because he couldn't close out the stocks, he couldn't get the combo. There was like a couple times where like he like got Leo to 160 and he couldn't close it out, so that's like one example. But for the most part, he was losing these sets because he wasn't getting that survivability that he was getting, because that is so crucial to Kurama's playstyle. And then also, this is just stage data. PS2, he went there 10 times. times, he won 60% of the time. Battlefield, he went there twice, won every time. Smashville, he went there 4 times, didn't win once. Smile Battlefield, he went there 4 times, won 75%, and then Town, he went once and he lost there. I will say though, even though Smashville does have a low percent or low 0%, I do think it is a actually pretty good stage for Mario because you basically have a platform the entire stage, which is nice. It just is like he happened. I think he played Leo and Aquila. I know he played Leo and Aquila on 3, and I think he played Shootone on 1. And then also you'll notice that there is no Kalos and there is no FD. I don't actually know if Kalos was even legal at this tournament, but there wouldn't be Kalos ever and there won't be FD ever because Mario is always going to ban those stages. And for the most part, he's not going to want to go to Town either, so he's basically never going to pick Town because sometimes it is FD, and Mario is so amazing with platforms. Now this is like my notes about Kurama. They're very analytical, as you can see. He be spacing, he be living, he be schmoovin'. That is basically just like, how do you hit Kurama? Because I don't know. Like, Kurama's survivability is so good because of his, like, the way he moves is so insane. And he was outspacing Swordsman with, like, F-tilt. Like, consistently. Which I do not get. His down tilts were also perfectly placed every single time. He was the only Mario I've ever seen to use up tilt incredibly well, consistently, like more than one time. And then obviously like his back airs were all really well placed. His up airs were incredibly good, like the falling up airs. He had some pretty good down air placements as well. Up smashes, like turn up smashes, he was doing that all well. His grabs when he was running in, all that was so good. So the spacing was obviously incredible. It needs to be if you're top Mario at this level. But this was like something I've ever seen. The only person that outspaced him at the tournament was like Leo, but like he's doing it with Mario, which just shows how insane he is. He's also incredibly calm in the anti-kill. You know this channel, we value anti-kill so much, maybe too much, but I think it's like so important, and Kurama clearly did too. Because most of the time when he was winning, he was living incredibly long. If it was up to Kurama, he would play this slow game, and he would wait for you to make a mistake, because he knows every mistake that you make, he is going to get a huge punish off of, and I think that is so important, and he clearly does as well, because he survived so long, and a lot of it was honestly to his choice. He just was not going in. He knew he could play patient. He knew he could get you to make mistakes, slowly pull you in, and the people that did it best against him were the people that could kill him incredibly early, and they couldn't get him to that like insanely high percent where you want to start killing someone, you want to start throwing out kill moves, and then like they wouldn't have to worry about him like getting insane punishes off of that. And then also it helps that every single time he hits you, you're taking guaranteed like 20%, and that's like I'm lowballing it here, but you're taking guaranteed 20 to 30. Most of the time you're taking 40 to 60, especially if it hits you with like an up air, a back air, an air, a grab, a forward air as well, down tilt, up tilt, basically everything except like certain back airs, I guess, certain forward airs, and then F tilt, and then like obviously smash attack and a grab at like a back throw. Higher percents he isn't gonna, but most of the time he's hitting you for an incredible amount. And I want to show you a game that he had versus T really. So this is a game versus T. It's also at 1.5 times speed, just because like I can get the main points across without you making you watch the whole game, because time is of the essence. And something you're going to notice right away is, again, Kurama's patience. Everything I pointed out here. Didn't get a combo of that, unfortunately, but his ledge trapping, or rather him on the ledge, was insane. Kurama got ledge trapped like, I'm not going to say like I know how many times, but it was like very little times, especially, again, against the character he's playing. I feel like the person that ledge trapped him the best were, obviously, Aquila and Leo were pretty good at it, but I feel like they beat him to the ledge most of the time. And then Cola actually ledge trapped him a decent amount, but against Spargo and Shootone, it feels like he was incredible off the ledge. Maybe I'm misremembering that wrong, but I just feel like he was really good. So immediately, there's something you're going to notice. Kurama is at 135. He gets hit right here, down air. Does a great recovery because his recoveries were also amazing. And this is the last time Kurama will get hit for a while, because T is throwing things out. Let's see, how many, and this is like also the air, but like T throws it back of there, he gets punished for, what is that, 20%? Not bad, pretty good punish, considering the situation you're always getting the extra damage. And then T throws out another kill option. Okay, that's about another 20%. And now Kurama has you at the ledge. Gets off the ledge pretty easily there. T throws out something else for a kill. Like, T is clearly getting antsy, he wants the kill, and Kurama is throwing out these safe up airs, these like quick, super fast moves. That's another like 30% off of like an edge guard, and then he hits this beautifully placed down tilt. Like, just look at that. Hold on. Look at that. You can hardly see it because Pac-Man is big and glowy. But he catches him before, is it? I think this is before he even gets to the ledge. No, it's, I don't know the exact time. It's either before he gets to the ledge or right as he's grabbing it, because Pac-Man does go out of the ball, but I don't know if that's because he's getting hit or not. Also, very funny animation. But Kurama So patient there, and T was clearly, he wanted to get the kill, he wanted to get that stock off, and Kurama knows that, and he used it to his advantage incredibly well. And the people that did the best against Kurama were people that were like, A, killing him early, or B, not struggling for the kill at all, because they're like, okay, I know it's going to happen eventually. Like that's why Leo is so good, because he very rarely like gets desperate for the kill, because most of the time he's just going to find it. Again, he would have lived there probably if T was throwing out a kill move, but every other character that he lives there, except, Pac-Man just can't spot dodge the grab, he dies there. That's crazy. Another thing, Kurama sometimes just kills you. That is insane. I don't know. He might have been able to die in there. It looks like he got sent pretty much straight down. Actually, let's see if we can find the DI line that everyone always refers to. So he DI'd that pretty... I think this is the DI line. Pretty much straight down. I think if the DI line's like this... Yeah, I think he probably could have lived that, unless I'm reading it wrong, which is pretty possible because I don't use it every single time. He probably could have lived that, but still, it doesn't really matter because Kurama has the kill, and now Kurama has a lead. And you can see he threw out kind of a crazy option there with that forward air, but also like he does that forward air a ton because it makes you so scared. Like the amount of times Kurama threw out a forward air and it missed was like probably 80% of the time. But it conditions for you to be afraid. Also, like these up airs on shield that Kurama would be doing a lot, he is conditioning you to stay in your shield because if he lands on you with an aerial, you're going to be taking a ton of damage or dying, getting set into a tech chase situation, which is always scary. And then again, right here, T getting desperate for the kill does get a punish there. I'm actually surprised. He probably could have upbeat this, but Kurama staying punished. That's a pretty safe back air as well, just throwing out these like pretty safe aerials. Honestly, that was just a great up air by T. Like no shade there. That was really well done. Should have died there, but now the fact that T doesn't get this kill sealed his fate. I think he does in most contacts. Also, just like a really good punish there as well. I think he punishes the... Is it just a normal jump? Let's see. No, he punishes a up air off the ledge, which is like... Also, Kurama's being very aggressive off the ledge, which again, it feels like with Mario, you want to be not aggressive off the ledge, but he was getting off the ledge so much that I guess, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. Does mess up there, unfortunately, but now you're in the Kurama zone because he is so... He's locked in now. He is like, okay, I know the second that doesn't kill me, he won the game. The second that didn't kill, he won the game. And I mean that, like, literally. It's like, obviously, it's like, okay, he didn't get the kill here. I was setting it up a lot for something that meant nothing. But he's still, like, after that missed kill, he only got, like, 20%, which is, like, again, 20% is 20%. But now he has this lead that he can play with, which is, like, not insurmountable because Pac-Man has some crazy stuff, but the way Kurama plays, it pretty much is because he's not going to get incredibly greedy. Like right here, he could have if he wanted to end the game, and I think most people go for a read here with the up smash. Most people want to end the game or like an F smash. They want to like end it right now. Maybe a back air or it's not a back air, a back throw as well, which wouldn't have killed, but would have sent him like off stage in the same aspect. But Kurama knows I think this is reaction. Here we'll be able to see. Let's see if this is reaction. This is definitely reaction. There's no way I don't think he read it. And he's also, I like that he's shielding. This is just very intelligent. He goes for a 2-frame right there, which he barely missed, honestly. And then he's reactioning right here, 100%. Reactionary is always great. Like, reactionary is just objectively the better thing to do. Like, reactionary versus read. Reactionary is just always better in every context. And then this, honestly, this reason specifically is why I chose this set. Look, because you can say that's jank that hit. Whatever, it hit, and he was doing it a ton, so it makes sense. Look at that spacing. This is like frame perfect. This is crazy, man. And he does it from across the hit, because it was a 2-frame, by the way. He runs across the stage, and again, a lot of Marios here, they just go for a dash attack, because it's way easier to hit. But Kurama, he slides, look at that. Whoa! He slides, he stops, he kicks out the leg, he hits that beautiful 2-frame, and he gets the kill off of it. We'll go back to whatever set I was using right now. All right, back to this set. But the main takeaways from that set, or that game with T, rather, is 1, his spacing is beautiful, perfect. 2, he does not get impatient. His anti-kill is incredible. He waits for you to make a mistake every single time, and he pressures you to make a mistake so often because he's just in your face with this, like, it's like not fake aggression because if you get hit by it, you die. But it's kind of like a Mars style of camping in your face, except he's throwing out kill moves because they combo into kill moves. And also, every single conversion he gets is incredible. Sometimes he just explodes you, which is like always nice when you have that kind of like, not wild card factor, but I can't think of a better term on the fly, so I just won't. It's kind of like that. It's like a boom. It's like you're doing well, everything's going planned, and then, oh, I died at 90. Oh, I died at 50. Oh my god, I got hit by an up air at 20 and I'm dead. Just that kind of stuff that you could throw out. It was absolutely incredible. And I think with this run, most people would probably agree Kurama is the best Mario in the world. This is like at least the best Mario gameplay we've ever seen. If it's replicable, even for one more tournament, he's got it. Even though Dark Wizzy just had like an insane tournament, he claimed his title back like really strong. Kurama said, "Nah, I'm fighting for that." So that now we have two sick Marios, and it's just gonna be amazing. And I really hope we can see Kurama at more stuff. And even if we don't, we still have a ton of odds to watch from him because he just played so well at LCQ. And I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I really like making them, kind of like a player breakdown, but with more specific tournament stuff. If you want to see more of this, please let me know down below. If I messed up any data or there's something that I should have mentioned that I did not mention, again, let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to sub, all that yada yada. And if you want to be good like Kurama, just like space your down tilt well and find the time to up smash. Yeah, that is all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.